Good evening. My name is Tony Francolangia, the Berlin Zoning Board of Appeals for January 23rd, 2024. Sitting in for the board tonight. Maybe Paul, you can do a roll call.
I'm just gonna read the list. Corey Whiteside,
Present.
Pete Madonna,
Present.
Tony Alonso,
Present.
Ryan Madison. Hunter Johnson. Brian Zeller. Hunter Medina. Michael. Renetta.
So, Mr. Chair, you don't have, this morning speaking, when Juice Town Planner, as of right now, we expected at least one more member to be joining remotely. And I don't see that they joined yet, so I don't know if you want to wait a couple of minutes to see if you get a quorum, but you don't, right now, you don't have a quorum.
Last.
All right, let's wait a few minutes.
That's Mr. Kokomo, one of the applicants.
Okay.
All right, so do we have a cell phone number to call him? Call him,
Might be Paul.
but yes, yeah, call him, call him, see what's up. Yeah, yeah, maybe something happened.
Just FYI, there are four applications here tonight. Two applications are location approval and alcoholic beverage approval, and they require majority vote. So a vote of 3 people voting for the location or for the alcoholic beverage approval is enough capacity with the appeals and with the variance. 2 applications that are for the appeal and for the variance, we need a vote of 4 people to carry it. Usually have 5 people, but people are on vacation, 1 person is out of the country. It is what it is, but we have 4 people here tonight. For application for the variance and the application for the appeal, both of those require 4 people voting in favor of that application. So if you don't have 4 people voting in favor, not pass that. I guess with that said, if somebody wants to withdraw the application, they're allowed to withdraw if they want. That's my.
No, that's
Something's not-
That's
Look at him.
Tom Kokomo. You're sideways, Tom.
Hey, Maureen, just be grateful I figured out my picture. I'm sorry.
We're waiting for a quorum, so it'll be a minute or 2.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, I'm gonna pause the recording in the meantime. So we don't.
So board member, Simonetta, Michael Simonetta. Emergency.
Schedule a special meeting in a year from now,
Yep,
just so we don't miss another one, since we missed last December, you know?
Paul, do you have timelines for when anything needs to be decided? Will we need a extension for any of the applications? We know none of the other members were available, correct?
Emergencies to out of the country.
That's on. You know, the date of extension. for the application.
Paul, speak up, please.
Oh,
Stay on the area over here with the fan going.
To just accept different things, it's also.
But I know with the appeal, if the appeal order, the application was, let's see, received by the commission on 24th October. 5 deadline. Extension at November 28th.
So why don't we do that, when we table the other two?
That's,
They've used so if we go in order, well, you're talking about 398 Chamberlain Highway right now.
yeah, that's.
The, if they've
Wait.
used less than 30 days extension, they have an extension to the February, there is the available time for an extension to the February meeting. On that appeal, which, as I understand it, Mr. Kokomo was gonna be asking for as well, up for discussion, but now it's not.
26 days.
So that has extension time if the applicant is willing. 1861 Berlin Turnpike, when is that must open date?
It's, we received that today.
So that has plenty of time. Without an extension to be opened at the next meeting. 797 Farmington Avenue,
Same timeline.
398, so
So same for the other application. Wood Lane.
so 65 days from November 28th. So they need an extension to get into February. What's the 65?
Do anything over, no.
February 1st.
February 1st?
Yep.
So unless you have a special meeting before February 1st, we need an extension from applicants. Unless you schedule a special meeting before February 1st, we need an extension from 398 Chamberlain Highway, 797 Farmington Avenue, 86 Woodlawn. So you can ask each of those applicants if they're willing to provide that extension through the February 27th meeting, or
Question.
you can decide if you want to try to schedule a special meeting.
What is involved in that? Can we simply provide them with a piece of paper tonight, fill it out, leave it and call it a day? And move forward
I don't know what you mean.
for that extension? How complicated is it to file that extension?
Oh, they just have to request it or agree to it on the record, and then they
That's
can
it.
send me
Bring
something
in
in
and
an
agree and they do
email.
nothing more.
They send
Show
us
up
an email,
February 1st.
send Paul an email.
Right.
That. No, show up February 27th. That extension would be to your next meeting or any other date up until that point when you would have to schedule a special meeting. To have a quorum at a special.
I will not be here. for 27th, maybe. Regular. Yeah, I will, I'll be. I'd say.
Sounds suspicious. Very suspicious. They're a little late.
So the
I advocate
board
for a
should,
special-
you what?
I would advocate for a special meeting to clear the agenda.
Me as well.
So. And look for proposed dates.
Next Tuesday.
Okay.
January 3rd.
I'm checking the town calendar to make sure there would not be a conflict, if you don't mind, give me 1 second. Unfortunately, on my phone, it doesn't look very well, so what's that date?
January 30th, Tuesday.
So I only see one conflicting meeting or one other meeting scheduled in town hall so far, listed on the calendar, so. Conceivable as long as we can pursue a quorum. And then, do you have an alternate date if that
I
doesn't?
suggest an alternate date in case can't get a quorum.
The following Tuesday,
So
February sixth.
I believe that's wetlands, right, Maureen? Is that?
Yeah, I'm trying to get to the next calendar.
Yeah,
Um,
wetlands, there's a wetlands meeting, there's a town council meeting, and there's a veterans commission meeting all at 7 o'clock on the 6th.
So the sixth may be difficult to get a room, for the meeting. I can't hear. I mean, we might be able to get. There should be at least one more meeting room in town hall, but it may be difficult. It would be a smaller room.
Barring any emergencies, how about the 30th? And the 31st of
Yeah,
January
Wednesday the 31st.
as an alternate? And you can check to see who's gonna be here.
There are no meetings scheduled for Wednesday, the 31st in town hall.
Thank you for pulling that up on your screen.
Take the 30th and 31st, you know, we don't have a quorum, then we don't have to give it. Then we don't have to give a session. Yes, we have a quorum for the 30th. We don't have a quorum for the 30th, hopefully we'll have a quorum for the 31st.
All right, I would suggest you perhaps ask the applicants if they'd be available. And or on either of those dates, or provide an extension if the meeting is scheduled. Might want to just go straight through the agenda.
I'll go through the agenda.
Well, the first one has plenty of time, so, but you might want to know if they're available that day.
1861 Durham Turnpike, who's here for that? You available at 30th or 31st?
My first one.
Everybody else, we have something. All
Thank
right.
you.
Ma'am, could you please identify your name for the record? Thank you.
Valerie Capaldo. Thank you.
Thank you. 398 Chamberlain Highway, who's taking for that?
Tom, online.
Mr. Kokomo?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm looking right now on next Tuesday. And the 6th doesn't work because I'm at that wetlands meeting.
The 30th or the 31st. So Tuesday the 30th or Wednesday the 31st. So, let's check.
I have a 5 o'clock appointment on the 31st, and so if it's done, I could probably be there by 7:30. Tuesday,
On the last of the agenda, we're good.
I have a concert for my kids. I could try to work something out. I
797.
also thought, I have a meeting on February 1st with planning and zoning. And I wrote Maureen an email today that if we don't get resolution for this same agenda item on February 1st, I would probably just move to withdraw the application and move the tenants out. I don't know, Maureen, if you want to elaborate on that or not.
So actually, I think you sent that email to Paul. You got that email, didn't you?
Yes, yes, I did.
Okay, I'm sorry. And we really didn't pursue it right now. I mean, we just know that you were considering asking for an extension at this meeting anyway, and then we didn't pursue that further.
Yeah, I didn't hear what you said, but I was going to ask for an extension based on the lack of, after speaking with Paul about the lack of the quorum, or that there was only going to be 4 people. So I was going to explore an extension. And then I thought, I would get some kind of resolution with planning and zoning on the 1st, or even the worst case, middle of February. And if it didn't work out, then there would be no need for the ZBA.
Good.
I mean, we could talk it amongst your, if you'd like, I mean, with, if you'd like me to elaborate a little bit more, I'd be happy to do so.
Well, there's no quorum, so we're really not holding a meeting, so there's a little bit of a,
Okay.
it's a little bit of a quandary. Again, he's out, I think the takeaway here is, he's offered an extension or, yeah, to the next meeting, given the lack of quorum, and my understanding from having, conversed and resolution at planning and zoning commission, is that, well, Jennifer, could the commission, could the board act on that extension without a quorum?
So you're saying lack of quorum because of lack of four, right?
Right.
But
Right.
there is a simple majority of the board. So yeah, I mean, I think that it's fine to ask, to act on the extension. Mr. Kokomo, just for the record, you're agreeing that to use any statutory extension time that you have available to continue the opening of the public hearing to the next regular meeting of the board, which would be Tuesday, February the 27th.
That is
Is that
correct.
correct? Okay.
That's correct.
So I think he said a couple of things, you know, he's looking for some direction from planning and zoning about whether or not they're gonna entertain allowing the business to remain at the site in a potential text amendment. But then too, he mentioned the fact that you do not, you were only anticipated to have 4 members tonight, not 5. And he would be looking for an extension on that basis as well, which is something, you know, we typically afford people as a courtesy and acknowledgement of the fact that they need 4 to overturn or reverse any decision that they're appealing from. And then also, and this is not, that's his circumstance, but in the variance circumstance, we offer the same opportunity because a variance requires the vote of 4 concurring members as well. So, so there was one other application. Is that applicant in the room?
There's 2 more.
2 more? I'm
797,
sorry, I don't have the agenda up.
no problem. 797 Frampton Avenue. Skander Kirkovic,
Yes.
um,
Next week, Tuesday and Wednesday.
are you available next week?
I had to, it's really, yes, I mean, yes.
So if we have a special meeting next week, you'll be able to make it. So 1861 Berlin Turnpike will be able to make it. The last person that we have to ask is 86 Woodlawn Road.
Yes, David Camacho, yes, I'm available next week.
Okay, sorry this happened this way. Can't control everything, especially with the weather, the way things are going. Sometimes a year.
People either split the country or have an accident.
I know.
So we need,
Yeah.
we
Or
do,
you wanna read
one
that?
of you move to schedule a special meeting, for next Tuesday evening, January 30th at 7:00 PM at Berlin Town Hall,
I still move.
room to be determined by scheduling, room availability. I believe it'll most likely be in town council's chambers,
Maureen's comment.
I think.
It's 7 o'clock.
Christine just did that, I believe.
I still move.
Second, all in favor?
I,
Aye.
And then move if that, if we cannot secure a quorum to an alternate date of January 31st, Wednesday, January 31st, at 7:00 PM.
So if you could go back and just vote on that, please. Because that wasn't part of the initial vote. If you could please vote on that, thank you.
Secretary day. We'll make a motion to have an alternate date of January 31st and the January 30th date is unable to provide a quorum.
Second.
Favor?
Aye.
And again, that will be at 7 PM at a location to be determined. The way that the special meeting will be noticed will be by notice and agenda. It will be posted on the town website, and you can, of course, call the Planning and Zoning Department to get that location. But all applicants will be notified. And if we're unable to secure a quorum for either of the special meeting dates that are proposed, then the applications will continue at the next regular meeting. Again, that meeting date is February 27th at 7 PM.
Thank you, Attorney Paula.
Of course.
Any other questions? I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And
time?
for the-
25 PM.
thanks, Maureen.
Yep.
So